Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Kang, and my co-authors are Saman, Karim and Dr. Audrey Girouard. On behalf of my co-authors, I'm sharing our study that explored rulebook accessibility and companionship in board games through a voice-based conversational agent called Alexa. Board games are a popular social activity for all, including people with disabilities. Despite their popularity, not everyone can easily access and play board games. People who are blind or have low vision find board games not accessible to play. I will now refer to people who are blind or have low vision as people who are BLV. People with vision impairments prefer to use digital rulebooks to learn about the rules. However, these books are not accessible because they are not properly tagged and saved as images. This inaccessible formatting makes it difficult for a screen reader to read the rules to people with vision impairments. You now see a snapshot of a rule book for Dice Forge. The text in this PDF document is readable by a screen reader, but the whole page is tagged as one single block, and a screen reader reads the rules from the beginning when a person with vision impairment selects a particular sentence to re-listen. Against this background, we saw the potential of Alexa to improve the book's accessibility to people with vision impairments by having the system communicate rules verbally. Alexa has skills like mobile applications and interacts with users through these skills. There are Alexa skills for some board games in the current market, and you now see a photo of two individuals playing a board game called Ticket to Ride, and they're learning rules from Alexa through a physical device, Amazon Echo. The current gap in research is how Alexa skills can be developed to address the needs of people with vision impairments specifically. We also saw the potential of Alexa in promoting rule learning by offering companionship to people with vision impairments. Prior work suggested a positive relationship between companionship and student learning outcomes, and the conversational agent's social characteristics can offer companionship to users. The current gap is what social characteristics Alexa could have to facilitate companionship to people with vision impairments in the context of board game playing. We conducted two studies to answer to our three research questions. What challenges are experienced by BLV players when they are learning board game rules? And what functional and social characteristics in Alexa can support rule learning and offer companionships for BLV people? In this presentation, I will share findings answering to our research question 1 and 2, as they played a critical role in developing our Alexa skill. In study 1, we co-designed with 14 participants who were English-speaking adults with vision impairments, and their ages were between 20 to 76 years old. Our co-design sessions began by discussing participants' challenges while learning board game rules. They saw a demonstration video of Saman and me playing two board games, Ticket to Ride and No Thanks, using each game's Alexa skill. Following, our participants ideated on desired functional and social characteristics of Alexa essential for rule learning. They also ideated on Alexa's characteristics that can support their gameplay. Answering to research question 1, the participants mentioned cognitive load as the most significant challenge when learning rules. They experience cognitive load because they have to memorize the rules in the absence of accessible rule books. As participant 9 said, I cannot read rules, but I've just had to memorize them. They also explained that there was a lot of game information that they need to remember at once. This can increase their cognitive load, especially when rules do not come into play until certain situations arise. For instance, participant 4 mentioned, it's going to be really hard to memorize stuff that I don't consistently use because I don't have a very good memory anyway. Answering our research question 2, we found 6 functional characteristics in an Alexa skill that can support participants' learning of board game rules. All these characteristics were directly inspired by the existing Alexa skill for Ticket to Ride. The two characteristics, Alexa can be concise and avoid giving extra information, and Alexa can give a short rule summary, are not present in the existing skill. We also found other important functional characteristics that can support participants' gameplay, and some of which were implemented in our Alexa skill prototype, and you can find details about these characteristics in our paper. From our study 1 findings, we selectively chose functional characteristics based on their potential to reduce BLB people's cognitive load. Using Amazon Alexa's software development framework called Alexa Skills Kit, we implemented those characteristics in our Alexa skill for Ticket to Ride. The first characteristic that we implemented was Alexa can be concise and avoid giving extra information. We further broke down this characteristic into Alexa should only tell a rule when needed, and Alexa should concisely describe rule examples. The second characteristic was Alexa can give a short rule summary, and we implemented this characteristic by making Alexa to give a rule summary, also known as a reference card, to a BLV player on their mobile phone. We also implemented the following 4 characteristics into our skill. Alexa's music, encouragement, and rule reminders can be customizable, and Alexa can allow users to pause the game. In study 2, we conducted an evaluative study with 14 participants with vision impairments, and their age range was 26 to 67 years old. Participants evaluated each characteristic individually. For some characteristics, participants listened to recording 1, which described the first author's verbal interaction with the existing Alexa skill, and they also listened to recording 2, which described the first author's interaction with our Alexa skill. As an example, for the characteristic Alexa should only tell a rule when needed, participants listened to recording 1, where Alexa told rules for wild cards to the first author. Understanding these rules is not necessary until players find themselves in a situation needing the rules. Then, participants listened to recording 2, where our Alexa skill did not tell the first author about the rules on wild cards, and it simply said that she can ask about the rules later. For our last characteristic, participants interacted with 2 Alexa skills on their smartphones, and they had access to a rule summary of the game when they interacted with our skill. Conducting thematic analysis, we found that all characteristics, except for Alexa's encouragement should be customizable, could reduce cognitive load in participants when learning board game rules. And we also found areas where our Alexa skill can improve, and we encourage everyone to check out our paper for details. Our study makes important contributions. First, we offer an in-depth analysis of challenges associated with board game rule learning and identified Alexa's characteristics that can resolve some of these challenges. Second, we offer refined design guidelines of Alexa that can support board game rule learning for BLV players for future designers and researchers. Third, we offer how a researcher can remotely co-design a voice-based conversational agents with participants with vision impairments. We again refer you to our paper for detailed discussion, limitation, and future work. Thank you so much for listening to our presentation, and please don't hesitate to reach out to any of us for any questions and feedback. Thank you.